Zimbabwe's finest radio. ZiFM Stereo.
And it's Messi! It is the cleanest of clean finishes from the best on the planet.
It's time for the biggest sports stories.
Liverpool, the champions of Europe, are top of the world.
The biggest interviews.
That such a great spectacle is ruined by such thuggish behavior.
And all the analysis right here.
He's the one player that has the arrogance to think that he can play in any stadium in the world and any pitch in the world in front of any player in the world and take them on.
Every weekday, it's my sport, it's your sport. It's ZiFM Sport. Let's join the team for the biggest show in the world of sport on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station.
Welcome to it. This is ZiFM Sport on a Thursday, Throwback Thursday. My name is Sean Tafrenyika. I'm the producer of ZiFM Sport, and by now you know that each and every Thursday we keep it short, sharp, and sweet. Now, last week we had a riveting feature of the brilliant former Bafana captain and now football coach Steve Komphela. Now, I asked you to hit me up if you wanted part 2, and you said you did. So it's simple. You ask for it, I deliver.
Hi, I'm Vario's coach Zdravko Logarušić, and you are listening to ZiFM Sport.
Sports with a difference. Z.
Alright, now before we get to part 2 of our feature with Steve Komphela tonight, remember you can interact with the ZiFM Sport team on social media. You can find them at Barry Manandi, at Mike Madoda, at Mark Paz, at Chris Midzi, and at Alois Bunjira. The main handle you also need to follow is at ZiFM Sport. I'm live in studio, so we can also have a chat on WhatsApp. The number is 0731 168 045. Hit me up on the WhatsApp platform 0731 168 045. Now let's get to the business. Part 2 of Steve Komphela. We'll hear Steve Komphela in conversation with veteran South African sportscaster Robert Marawa. Now last week Steve Komphela talked a little bit about his long life journey, but let's face it, there's one main thing that we like about the man. He is very, very expressive. We like how he expresses himself, especially with his storytelling skills, very anecdotal. And the key to that are the parables. So, Bra Steve, why and when did you start speaking in parables?
I started this long time Naku Platinum Stars. I remember we're supposed to have won Itelcom Charity Cup. We should have won that match and won the trophy. And then I said, God grant me I made the serenity prayer. Serenity prayer. Akona lama snippets. Now, what you are saying reminds me of myself when you say, but you had always heard this. What gave you the confidence to bring it out? I did not bring it out. Maybe there's more provocation now that I've been in football for quite some time. And sometimes there are other people who would want to maybe open a door and you are the key, and when they use you and then you get irritated. Now when you pinch me, I cry, and when I cry in a language that nobody understands, because when you cry in a language that everybody understands, then they start finding a way to make you cry forever. But when you cry in a language they don't understand, it becomes mysterious, and they wait, they pause, they want to understand your crying, and by the time they understand your crying, you are done crying. You wipe your ears, you sit back and relax, and when they ask, can you cry again? You say, I don't remember how I cried, because now I found peace in my crying, and I'm moving on. I'm happy now. I'm another human being. I'm ready to resume my precious life that God has given to me, not anybody else.
That is the wisdom that is there, and the parable that he allows to come in. And people always say, but what are parables? What are parables? It's a simple process. We were taught this at school as young kids. Parables, an earthly story with the heavenly meaning. That's the basic of it.
May you repeat that? Okay, well, let me speak proper English here. I would say to you, may you repeat that. I'm going to put it in an English that is proper. Please repeat that once more again, food.
A parable,
yes,
is an earthly story,
yes,
with a heavenly meaning. It's an earthly story because it's being told here, between you and I.
Yeah.
But it's got a heavenly meaning, and you won't know what it is until you get to heaven.
That talks to faith. That talks to faith.
Yeah.
When you do something here and the outcome is not clear, but you keep doing it because you know the outcome.
100%. So when you, and I'm trying to figure out, because everything has a breaking point, it has that off-ramp. Because you're not going to get to your destination if you're just on the highway. No. And your house is not linked to a highway. You have to off-ramp at some point.
Yeah.
What was that off-ramp point for you? From Steve, yes, people acknowledge you. Yes, you scored that goal.
Okay.
Yes, it was acknowledged and given awards. But the greatest of them in your early playing days was being given the League's Players Player of the Year award. The League's Players Player of the Year award. That is, again, capping your talent as a football player. Was that, first, how did that sit with you? Because I'm trying to trace this. We're going to get to the end product.
Yeah.
How did that sit with you in such an early stage of your professional career?
I attributed that to hard work.
Yeah.
At Free State Stars, that was Fairway Stars there. We had about Edward Salomani, Amin Lefatle, Moses Moloi, Roger Lupia, Ronald Mkandawiri, David Vilagazi, Saramele Tswaka, the late Professor Maputsi. Great players. Now, when that happened, I owed that to them because they assisted me perform to the level where I could be recognized by my peers. Now, the recognition by fellow colleagues is far above a recognition that would come from, because they are the ones who are playing with you week in, week out. But ke mfunu kwamba mtogisla. Yamkwamba manje. Keep a number match.
Wins in.
Same year I won Players Player of the Year. He won Football of the Year. And the late Iwi Kambule, Abo NS Churadi were also winning it. And umtogis wasizo wa masapota we kosi. Yawakomba masapota nangula la kosi. Doggy was Footballer of the Year through the votes from Sunday Times. He was on fire.
Yeah.
He was on fire, so he got the Football of the Year, and then I got the Players Player of the Year. Now, coming back to your question, I attributed that to a lot of hard work and how I received that as well. And Robert, I'm going to say something that people will never believe that it happens. This happened at the back of unbelievable hard work. When I went to Tia to go study, I did not have money to go to school.
Wow.
I did not know how much money. 750 registration. I don't know how I got that 750. I couldn't. I don't know. Then I got lucky, referred by Teis Wanyane from Klerksdorp City. And I must thank the Mukwena family. Mike Mukwena, the wives is Joyce, and the kids Borans. I was received every time college was closed. Maybe it's period for to go home, vacation and all that. I would go live in Makwane by Bramike's house. Bramike's wife would cook for us. Now that I must appreciate. Now, as I was playing at Free State with my fellow teammates, Magic introduced me to varsity. I completed my teacher's diploma. After teacher's diploma, when I was doing a degree, then I had to go to UNIQA, the University of Limpopo, Kwakwa branch. You know what happened there? I had qualified as a teacher.
Right.
So it meant in the morning, I would have to go to school from 7:30 up to 1:30. And then as soon as we knock off 1:30, the bus is waiting for me by the gate to come pick me up to go to training. We start training 3 o'clock. I get my school books, whether it's my books or for the school, and my bag, because then we never had lentable kit manage and all that. The setup was not professional, so you had to carry your bag.
Sure.
I must carry then my sports bag, get into the bus. Into the bus from 3 o'clock up until 5 o'clock, I'm at training. I woke up, earlier, 7:30 I was at school, up to 1:30. Then 3 o'clock up to 5, I'm at training. 5:30 up to 9 o'clock, I must be at varsity. Studying a degree. So I'm running 3 things at a time. Go to school, teach kids, do their work, mark, whatever, and then go to training, and then from there go to varsity 3. If I slept 4 hours, that would be luxury. 4 hours were luxury.
Yeah,
and weekends you have to. I remember I had a big skirmish with some lady, she was teaching us teaching science. She gave us the assignment to this wonderful lady. I don't know if she's still alive. And if she's not, may God bless her. She made me a better man by putting me through the hell and the struggle. My depener decided to say, okay, you submit your assignment. I did my assignment in time, submitted because I knew I would have to, and there was a national team as well and all that. I needed to go play. We're going to play in Joburg on a Wednesday. And then she doesn't want to accept my assignment, complete as is. Wow. Just make it difficult, and she wanted me in class, in person. I'm saying, now, those are some of the things we had to go through. And then I completed my studies, and then from there off-ramp, went to Turkey and all that. And I've received life as God was offering it. I had never said no to any offering. I had never said no to any burden. I had never said no to any blessing. The minute you say no, you are denying yourself the opportunity to grow.
But running all these parallels at the same time.
It's discipline. After training, okay, you come here, you only have 2 hours. Players must understand they don't get paid for playing. They get paid for training. Because how many matches you play in a month? Let's say 4 matches.
Right.
If you are earning 100,000, you are not earning 100,000 from 4 matches. You are earning 100,000 from before this match, the 6 days of preparation. Before this match, so this is just a final dress rehearsal. You get paid to train. So if a player does not accept the fact that training is more important than the match, then the match is non-existent, because by the time you go to the match, your preparation was not. So you get paid for. So we were very disciplined getting and focused. Very little distraction, maybe assisted as well by life was not as quick then.
Right.
Manje, there's a lot happening. You are coaching a player, he's on Twitter. You are coaching a player, he's on Instagram. And as you go out, Robbie, as soon as you as a coach, they give your media person gives a list to TV, okay, this is the starting lineup, Arrows. Baktuka manje live la. Baktuka go hey matota. Now then, the Baktuka Monday go so waiting. Maybe you played a bad match, Steve Komphela, Shama on Gola 20, you uliwe. A small Ilona column, Sileman, no bad game, the defender by Steve, consider the person would read that and go to the bathroom. Also, shall I pay toilet, Segabui paid. Maja no chance. Ma we keep a team sheet, it's about took a life. Our no choice. So this is the beauty of modern life. So the same challenge happens with the kids. So we have to stay current as well based on the challenges.
But those are many challenges, Steve, though. Because of the multi-pronged nature of your journey, when you decide then to put aside the teaching,
okay,
of which I don't think you've ever put it aside, I think teaching still is you. I think teaching is what you teach us.
Gave me the framework.
Teaching is what, when I get to Egypt and there's an Egyptian guy who says, I'm a lover of Steve Komphela. I even posted it.
I remember
but I didn't
that,
yes. At that time. So,
I'm not
but here's this guy
I'm a diplomatic
who loves you. This guy loves you. He's like Steve Komphela, and he recites that very famous post-match. Was it pre-match interview I had with you?
I'm sure it was a post-match.
Was it not pre?
No, it was post. Was it? I'm sure it was a pre.
Yeah, because I'd been observing something that was happening in the warm-up.
Yeah.
And then I took that into the interview.
Okay. And you can be very provocative. Do you know that?
I'm never provocative. I just want to know what's happening. That is my duty.
A lion never knows that it is ruthless because it is in their nature and instinct to be ruthless.
Never, Steve. Never. I have a duty. You know what people don't understand?
Thank you.
With the microphone, it's not for me. It represents, number one, on the microphone there, the name of the company that I work for, which means that the people who are then subscribed to watch or are putting up aerials to watch, those are the people I'm representing. So if I'm just going to get there and I'm going to hold the microphone, then now we're about anyway.
Can I relate a small story for you?
Please go ahead. This is about you. You know that.
There was a story of a baboon and a snake, they say. Now, this snake wanted to cross the road. They were on the same side of the road with the baboon.
Right.
The cars are going, whoosh, the baboon comes, the snake, and then the snake says, but why don't you put me on your back so that we can quickly run across? Because you have force, you have power. With me and the tar road is hot, man, we can't. So I will get bummed. The baboon says, hey, Baba, you? Must I trust you? Can I take you across? The snake says, no, man, no. Let's go, nothing wrong. Finally, to bring the story fast forward and all that, the baboon takes the snake and then they go across. Why? They manage to cross the road. No accident, no nothing. As soon as they reach the other side, the snake does what snake does better. Bites the baboon. The baboon says, my man, how can you? We had an agreement just 2 seconds before we crossed the road that you wouldn't do this to me. You know what the snake said? Even though my intentions were right, but it is just in my nature to bite.
So who's the snake, who's the baboon?
No, I'm talking about the instinct of yours when I say you can be ruthless and provocative. You don't see it, but it is in your nature to be provocative.
Who is the snake and who is the baboon now? Please tell me, otherwise we're going to get beaten.
I'm not going to say who's the snake, who's biting who, but I will say I'm a baboon. I helped you across. I don't know what you did with me when I reached the others.
I had to be like a lunch boy and take a wee bite.
No, but on the one of the interview, I remember it was a very thorny issue, and it still remains. And I was trying to package it in a way that's going to leave everybody with no mud.
Yes.
There is no way you can be trampling in mud and then you leave everybody clean and yourself. Never.
No.
George Bernard Shaw once said that if you wrestle with a pig, you're making a big mistake. Because as you wrestle with the pig, you know what? The pig is having fun. The pig loves it. And when you think you're fighting the pig no, you're getting dirty. That thing is enjoying the mud. So they say never ever wrestle with the pig. So that parable then came to me, and then I said, you know what, Robert, I'm going to respond to you in a manner that's going to leave everybody secured.
Right.
Like Jesus Christ in his times, each time he had to talk to people about whatever was happening, he would never be specific in his references. And the reason why he wouldn't be specific in his references, it was purely to protect and preserve and leave everyone with the dignity they so deserve. The question there was that at Chiefs we played a match, and in that match we're playing 3-4-3, which is something that I also dissected in one of my press conferences. I would know the effect and the influence it gave me, and I spoke about this those years even before Russia 2018. And I told South Africans that this is where the game is going. Go watch Leipzig now, 2020 Champions League. They are doing what the idiot Steve Komphela said then. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Now, and then we played 3-4-3.
Yeah.
Then there was a discussion that no, we play 7 defenders. I'm just going to rest that by saying, I'm sure in that particular match we would have played, maybe Ungezan would have played, Faseu Kadoso would have played, let's say, Ottawa.
Yeah.
And then the rest, wing back, it could be a tight Mulangwane, Pilani Zulu, and then Umido, Nokatsande, Nama strike. Now, out of those 10 players, except the goalkeeper, we had only 3 defenders. The nature of our South African people who are dependent thinkers listened to the weight that said, no, we play 7 defenders. Now, Steve, because of the respect that, you know what, I'll take this one. Again, on my chin. They hammered me, I took it on the chin. I did not want to respond, because if I responded and tried to clarify and rectify whatever, it would have been lost, and it would create more snowball. I decided, you can have all the information in the world. But if you do not know how to utilize that information, it doesn't become knowledge. Knowledge is how you apply that particular information. The application of that information to knowledge with the ability to take the right decisions, irrespective of the time, the pressure and all that, takes you to a level of wisdom. So when you have gone that. But for you to graduate from the information, knowledge and wisdom, it took you years of toil, hard work and struggle. And the struggle was not only physical, but was mental, reading someone's mind. As you say, when you would know, you picked up one weight, not too many could pick 5, but you managed to pick 1. And when people speak, I could be saying all this, but there's one weight that is powerful beyond all the speech that I'm making, that will stick and stay.
Z.
Steve Komphela, the philosopher, the football coach. What a wise man. There were so many takeaways. I was crying in a language no one understands so that people don't exploit your pain. If you say no to things, you're saying no to growth. And there was that information moves to knowledge, then knowledge graduates to wisdom. And I like the thing you said about football players, saying that they get paid to train. This speaks to applying yourself and sharpening your skills.
Hi, my name is Rudoni Shamba, Mytoria's super striker. You're listening to ZiFM Sports.
Now, I did say that the show is short, sharp and sweet, so I gotta head out. Catch the full team tomorrow on ZiFM Sport. Trust me, you do not want to miss this show. Like, you don't want to miss it. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for ZiFM Sport on a Friday, Fire Friday, 5 after 6. I'll leave you listening to the Throwback Thursday tune for tonight. The song is called Shiwelele by Bujo Mujo.